Ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2023 Honda CR-V EXL, and it is the newest redesigned version of Honda's best-selling vehicle, its entry into the white-hot compact SUV segment. And I've heard tell that in these early days of 2023, when interest rates are sky high and demand is falling, CR-V hybrids are actually selling for $5,000 to $10,000 over MSRP, at least where I am here in Southern California. And that over MSRP might be why I couldn't find one to rent off of Turo. But I did rent this EXL, and today we're going to review it. We'll have a look at the engine and the transmission. We'll look at the styling. We'll measure out the cargo room in the new CR-V. We'll have a look at the passenger room, and we will look at the features on this EXL model. And as always, if some of that sounds interesting and some of it doesn't, check the description below for timestamps. So we'll start by talking about the engine and the transmission, and this CR-V is an EXL model, so it is equipped with the 1.5-liter turbo engine. This engine puts out 190 horsepower and 179 torque on regular fuel. It should be noted I have the same engine in my 2023 Acura Integra, but it's tuned for premium, so it gets a little bit more power. This two-wheel drive CR-V with this motor is rated 28 miles per gallon in the city and 34 on the highway. As I mentioned in the intro, the hot model this year seems to be the hybrid. That gives you a 2-liter engine with a bunch of electric batteries and motors and things. That gives you a total combined output of 204 horsepower and 247 torque. And on the two-wheel drive models, it is rated 43 miles per gallon in the city, 36 on the highway. So the hybrid, I can see why people would want that one. It looks like it's faster and more efficient, so I don't know, does that make it worth $5,000 to $10,000 over MSRP? I guess if people are paying it, it does. All-wheel drive is optional on both hybrid and 1.5-liter turbo models, and you lose 1 to 3 miles per gallon depending on the rating. And it should be noted that all of these engines are hooked up to a CVT automatic transmission. So put your comments about how you hate CVTs down below, and all the moms who drive these things will continue driving them happily without even knowing what a CVT is. Now we will talk about the styling of the Honda CR-V, which is probably a very important factor for a lot of people making the choice to buy one. Much like me, the CR-V has gotten slightly fatter for the 2023 model year. It's about 2 inches longer and 1 inch wider than the old car, but overall it just looks bigger. It has more visual presence, and I actually think that the styling upgrade is significant on it. I think the new CR-V is a very good looking car. I especially like the rear taillights, how the kind of segmented LED taillights in the back. I think that that kind of looks like a CR-V, but a more modern, updated take on it. I also think the front end looks a lot bolder and stronger and kind of makes it look overall like a larger vehicle. As far as the rest of it, it's really just a 2-box SUV. It's not offensive in any particular way, but it's also not special in any particular way either. Yeah. What do you want? It's a compact SUV from Honda. It looks nice. I think it does look nicer than the old one. For me, it doesn't do a whole lot for me, but for some people, I know they love the way these things look. And if you're one of those people, congratulations. Now we're gonna measure out the cargo space, so let me go find my laser tape measure and we'll do just that. The length of the rear cargo area from the cargo opening to the back of the back seat is 2 feet and 11 inches. The width of the cargo area at its widest point at the rear of the cargo area, 4 feet and 9 inches. The width of the cargo area at its narrowest point in between the wheel wells, 3 feet and 5 inches. The height of the cargo area inside of the vehicle, 3 feet and 3 inches. The length of the cargo area with the second row seat folded down is 5 feet and 10 inches. And it should be noted that when you just fold it down like that, there is a little bit of a hump for the back seat, but I think if I pull this guy up, yeah, you can adjust it to give yourself a little bit more of a flat load floor. You're going to lose a couple inches of height in the cargo area, but even like that, it's not a flat load floor. So kind of interesting that Honda couldn't pull that off in the new CR-V, but there you go. Load floor with a hump. And if you need to lift something into the cargo area of your new CR-V, you will need to lift it 2 feet and 6 inches off the ground. And just for fun, you do get a spare tire in this vehicle, which is kind of a nice addition. It looks like it's a space saver spare, but you have some tools, you have a jack, and then that's the little funnel if you ever need to add fuel, if you run out of gas, for the capless fuel filter. That's what that little gray piece is right there, just so you know. So there you go. That's the cargo area in a new CR-V. I'm going to put this load floor back down in its lower position because it looks weird with the cargo tray when it's in its higher position. So there you go. Now we're going to look at the passenger space, and for this test I like to use myself. I'm 6'5", so let's see if I can fit behind myself in a new CR-V. Okay, this car is actually very roomy, which I think is obviously a very important thing. I have enough knee room in the front, I have enough headroom in the front, and if I sit in the back, I have enough knee room back here, I have enough headroom back here. Even behind my driver's seat, which I always have my seat set pretty far back, that's a pretty impressive amount of space. Should be noted, we don't have any USB charging ports. You have to get a hybrid to get those. Maybe that is why they are selling for over MSRP. But at least it's very roomy in the back of the new 2023 CR-V. Now we're going to talk about the features on this CR-V EXL, and I happen to have the window sticker right here. The total MSRP on this two-wheel drive model is $35,555. Is it worth it? I'm not quite sure. To me, the feature content is a little bit light to support that MSRP, but it is 2023, inflation's been hitting hard, so let's see what you get and what you don't get for $35,555. As always with Honda, the L in EXL stands for leather seats. You also have a leather-wrapped steering wheel and shift knob. You do get a larger touchscreen. You have the 9-inch touchscreen in this compared with the EX. That also nets you wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you get one of the more basic CR-Vs, you'll have to plug your phone in to use those features. The power tailgate is something else that is included on the EXL model. We also have wireless phone charging, and you can push and hold the little button right there to turn that on and off. I have taken to turning it off on my car because it charges my phone so slow and heats it up so much. I'm really not a fan of that feature. You do get the auto-dimming rear view mirror, which is a little thing in life, but considering how much you use the rear view mirror, it's kind of a big deal. Memory seating also comes standard with the EXL, and it is keyed to your key. So if you own one of these cars, one of your keys is going to say 1 on it, the other key is going to say 2. If you share the vehicle with somebody, program your memory seat into key 1 or 2, depending on which one you have, and that way when you get in the car, it'll always adjust the seat and the mirrors to your spot. And we have an 8-speaker, 320-watt stereo system in this car. It's not branded, it's not like Bose or Harman Kardon or anything, but I will say that it is a very good speaker system, so I'm happy with that. Some of the things that you do not get for $35,555 are a panoramic moonroof. This just has a regular size moonroof. We don't have any USB charging ports in the back seat, even though it does have air vents for your back seat passengers. We do not have a factory navigation system. I know most people use CarPlay and Android Auto these days, and I do the same thing. But I really do like factory nav, and I feel like at this price point, it probably should be standard on a Honda product, especially considering the fact that this is a two-wheel drive model. So if you wanted all-wheel drive, you'd have to pack another couple of grand on top of this one, and then you still wouldn't have factory navigation. So to me, that's a little bit of a bummer. You do get dual zone automatic climate control, you do get heated seats, you do get various charging ports in the front. I think the interior looks nice, even if they use this same design for everything from a Civic to an HR-V to an Acura Integra, but it's still nice looking. And all in all, I think that the equipment level is good in this car, but not fantastic, and I would expect a little bit more, but again, I guess we're just seeing the effects of inflation at this point. Now we're going to move on to the safety features, and the picture's a little bit nicer here. This car does come standard with the Honda Sensing, which gives you the collision mitigation braking system. That's the automatic braking to try to prevent or lessen the severity of an accident. We have lane keeping assist to keep us in the lane. Road departure mitigation, so it will alert you if you're drifting out of your lane if the car's camera can read the lane lines. Traffic jam assist, that's kind of low speed stuff for the adaptive cruise control, and of course the aforementioned adaptive cruise control. And we have the blind spot information system, so you've got the lights in the rearview mirrors that light up when there's a car in your blind spot. And you also have front and rear parking sensors on this CR-V EXL, so that is a nice safety feature as well. Thank you so much for watching my review of this 2023 Honda CR-V. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, all that fun stuff, and have a great day. Bye-bye.